Welcome back to another Grow to Cycle tutorial video. I'm really keen to get cracking. Now it's 2018, January, a new year, and let's get started with a planning video. Today I'm going to be going through and trying to decide what I want to grow. Now it's January, and so it's summer in New Zealand, so what's appropriate for my climate and season. And I'll show you guys hopefully how I'm going to do it, and hopefully some tips for how you guys might want to decide. So what I look up is I just look up planting guide and I put in New Zealand now, of course, or NZ. Now if you're not, you can just put in whatever you want for that highlighted region. So if you're in the US, of course, you could just put in planting guide US. And here in New Zealand we have this really great website called Garden Grow. And Garden Grow website, you can choose the month. So obviously we have January, and it provides a list of appropriate plants, vegetables, herbs and things to grow on the left column. And then on the right it says if it's appropriate to grow from seed, to plant the seed now, or if now is just the time to just transplant. So what I've done is I've gone through and listed the ones which I personally would like to grow. I love basil, and I'm interested in beans, dwarf beans. I love beetroot, which is up here. There's a number of things, and basically what I've done is I've created a little spreadsheet. And so this is January, New Zealand, and I just listed all the plants which are appropriate to grow in January that I thought were interesting. And then the other thing that's really critical to consider for our case is it actually appropriate to grow in a container? Can we grow it in a pot on the windowsill? And so what I do is I just look it up online. I look up container garden, whatever the plant is, so in this case is radish, and then I look pot depth, because the critical thing also is how deep does the container need to be. And so, for example, radishes, definitely it says you can grow these in containers. And yeah, it says 23 days to grow if it's in the right season. And it also will talk about potentially the days to maturity, and eventually you'll find the depth of the pot. Now you might have to do a bit of searching, but eventually you'll get a list of appropriate plants. So radishes are really good in particular, only require 15 centimeters or more, and 49 days to maturity, so really good for experiments. For me, in the spreadsheet, I like to convert things to my units, and oftentimes online things are in inches, so I convert them to centimeters. Days to maturity are often in weeks, so I just convert that to days and I put them in here. And then tips. So for example, for radishes, it's important to have good drainage, but also to make sure that they don't dry out, because the bulbs will not survive. So things like this are really good for planning. And now I've got a whole list of things which I can try to grow in my container gardens. Now, the other things I note, things like sunflowers are not good to grow in containers. Other things like oregano ideally would be in bigger containers, or things, especially things like basil. So definitely keen, got lots of ideas. And this will definitely be the subject of a follow-up video. Hopefully it's given you guys some ideas and help you decide what you want to grow depending on your season, climate, and what you want to grow. If you want the spreadsheet, I will give you guys a link to that, hopefully on the Facebook page. And yeah, stay smiling. Happy 2018. I'll catch you later.